So here we are. Welcome. Are you ready? Are you really, truly ready to begin? Because at the end of the day, the truth is you manifested this. However you found your way here, whether it was through a Facebook ad, whether it was through a friend telling you about the shifts that they've had from being inside the group, however you've got here, I know that the universe has brought us together for a reason. Now, we are going to be spending a lot of time together over the next 5 days. So in this video, all I want to do is just give you a little bit of insight into what we're doing and set the scene for what the journey is going to be like and some of the things you're going to need to do to make sure that it's a success. Because the truth is, you are the one who is powerful. You always have been, you always will be. And all I want to do over the next 5 days is remind you that that's what you've got inside you. It's what we've all got inside of us all the time. So are you ready to begin? Now, hopefully, if you're here, you've heard something about EAM, the Energy Alignment Method. I'm going to be introducing you to this over the next 5 days. Now, this is the outcome of nearly 18 years of doing energy work, of coaching, of sharing and understanding what it really takes for everybody to change their life. So I hope you can appreciate that what I'm introducing you to is really just the tiny tip of the iceberg. There is so much more and so much depth to this than anything I can share, even in 5 days. But what I want to give you is an empowering tool. Something that you can use every single day to shift what you've got going on up here or whatever you're feeling in here so that we can enjoy more of our everyday experience. So over the next few days, you'll learn much more about EAM. You're going to know how to use this for yourself to shift any thoughts that you have in your head, anything that you're feeling in your heart, and I'll show you how you can use it in every single area of your life. So each day I'm going to be sharing a short video with you. Now I say short, some of them might be half an hour, some might be 40 minutes, but in comparison to the depth that there is for me to tell you around this, it really is a short video. But each day you're going to get a video from me, and attached to each video there's going to be a worksheet, a download and some exercises for you to do. So what I want to make sure is that you put yourself aside some time for you. Don't let this be another one of those things that you sign up for and never, ever complete. So over the first 5 days, or over the next 5 days even, I'm going to introduce you to tiny little steps around EAM. So on day 1, which maybe today, maybe for tomorrow for you, depending what time you're registering. But day 1 is really going to be about you understanding your energy. You need to understand what's happening in your energy, what's happening in the world around you, and how what you're thinking and what you're feeling is influencing everything that you experience. I'll also introduce you in depth to the 5 steps of EAM so that you know how to use them for yourself. On day 2, we're going to take a really good look at understanding how your thoughts, your beliefs, the patterns that we have, the emotions that we feel influence our day-to-day experience and influence what we're able to create or able to receive or attract back into our lives. I'll also share with you why visualizations, affirmations, and all of those things that you've been asking the universe for before may not have worked. And I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to make sure that they do start working for you too. Now on day 3, I can't even count. Day 3, I'm going to show you how you can use EAM in every single area of your life. It's not just about shifting what you think and what you feel, because everything in our life is energy. So I want to introduce you to the 10 steps in the journey that we take people on, the energy evolution. But it's a really simple, very practical way for you to apply EAM to everything in your life. And I'll show you why there is a specific order in which to start changing your life. Most people are trying to do it the wrong way around. They're working backwards And that's very often why people struggle to create the shifts and changes that they want. They're starting with the wrong things, and it's so much easier, so much easier when you know these 10 steps and you work with the flow of your energy instead of working against it. So that's what we'll be looking at on day 3. Now, day 4, probably one of my favourites. In truth, they're actually all my favourites. But on day 4, we're going to be looking at your vision. We're going to be looking at the future that you want to create. Most people don't have a clear vision. They have a rough idea what they want. Maybe they think they want a bigger house, or they want a nicer car, or they want to go on holidays. But that's about the extent of where their vision takes them to. They don't really clearly know the next steps, or what they're going to do, or what it's going to feel like, or who's going to be there. And very often it means that we're not working towards the things that we want. So day 4 is all about connecting you to your vision and helping make sure that you've got a clear vision that you know that you can start working towards, and it becomes a real living part of your life rather than something that's a million miles away in the future. Now, day 5 might be the one that you probably signed up for, but there is a very good reason why day 5 is day 5. Day 5 is all about connecting you to the flow of money, wealth, and abundance. Money is an energy, just like everything else in our lives. And very often people are focusing on the money or not having the money, and they think if they could just solve the money problem, then everything else would be sorted. But I'll share with you on day 3 why that really isn't the case. But on day 5, I'm going to introduce you to how to get connected to wealth, how to be more in flow with wealth and abundance. And that doesn't just mean money in your bank. And I'm going to share with you the 88 most common money beliefs that are standing in your way. So over the 5 days, we're going to be getting to grips with more of the simple ways of using EAM, but really introducing you to the basics and making sure that you get the shifts. So the question is, are you really ready? So bear with me one sec. You see, the truth is, coming in to learn this isn't the thing that's going to change your life. Just coming in to learn a few things, watch a few videos, and think that you're going to do the work with just learning, it's not really a head thing. This is about implementation. What's going to change your life is actually doing the work, actually following the steps that I share with you, and continuing to use it after the 5 days. We are going to create magic in the next 5 days, but the real shifts and the real magic will come from you using this, taking it in, taking it on board, and using it every single day in your life. There will be days over the next 5 days, I promise, when you're going to want to give up, when you're going to allow these things that come up in our head, thinking that I'm too busy, I've got this drama going on in my life right now, I don't have the time, I've got to go and do the shopping, I need to watch that thing on TV. Whatever it is, there is going to be something that is going to stand in the way of you completing these 5 days. And I know it will happen because I have taken thousands of people through this journey, and I understand we're all human, life gets in the way, and it's so easy for us to put all of these other obstacles in the way. So if you notice any of those things coming up, if you find yourself making excuses or finding reasons not to do this, then I want you to pay attention, because those things are the very reason that you joined this in the first place. We all know that we've got patterns, we've got ideas, we've got things that we do that stand in the way of our progress. And those are the very same things that will stand in the way of your progress, whether you're talking about joining the 5-day challenge, whether it's about finding a relationship, whether it's about finding money or finding your passion or your purpose, because they're patterns that are held in our energy. And whilst we have them, whilst we're still experiencing them, whilst they're still there, they are going to keep showing up in your life as well. So you will also receive a little download from me just in case any of those things show up that are going to stand in the way of you completing this challenge. I've shared with you the 8 biggest patterns that stand in the way of people changing their lives and very often sabotaging their own success before they even begin. So keep an eye on your inbox for that, because it will really help you to make sure that you move forward through these 5 days, but also let go of those patterns so that they're not standing in your way throughout the rest of your life. So keep an eye on your inbox for those. For me, I know what this is going to be like, and I'm genuinely committed to working with you to make sure that you get these shifts. Now, obviously, you've joined us as part of the study. Now, this isn't the first time that we've run this study, and it's not the first time that we've run any studies. This is the third study that we've run now. And over the last couple of years, we've taken thousands of people on this journey. Now, the reason that we're doing this is because I don't want EAM to be another kind of woo-woo out there thing. I want to be able to demonstrate how effective this process is in helping people shift whatever they've got going on in their lives. And the only way that I can do that is by getting your support. So we are, and when I say we, I mean myself and the team of mentors, committed to making sure that you reach the end of the 5 days and continuing to use EAM way, way beyond that too. So I'm committed to changing this for you. The question is, are you? Now, if you were in a room with me right now, what I would get you to do is turn to the person next to you and get your little finger out, and I would make you do a little pinky promise. Now, you're probably watching this on your own, so there might not be anybody with you. So I want you to make a pinky promise to yourself. So little fingers out, both of them. Yes, really, I can see you through the camera. I know that you're not doing it. Pinky fingers. I want you to pinky promise yourself. Okay, so say these words after me. Today is the day I choose to change my life. Because unless we can commit to ourselves, unless we can commit to our own shifts and transformations, there is nobody in the world, me, my mentors, any other coach, any other mentor, anyone else who's going to share anything with you, there is nobody else that can change your life. The only person that has the power to do that is you. Now, excuse the pointy finger, but the truth is it's you. Everybody has the power to do it. And I'm going to show you a way that you can, but you have to pinky promise that you will implement this, that you are going to do everything that we share and that you're going to commit to making these changes. So we all know that a pinky promise can't be broken, because otherwise your hair goes curly and your teeth fall out. So with that said, I hope you did pinky promise. I hope you did do this. This really is about your shifts and your transformation as we move forward. Now, this is probably the first time that you've met me, and maybe you're wondering, who is this crazy lady jumping up and down on the camera in front of me? My name's Yvette Taylor. Hopefully you've got a glimpse of that somewhere from the emails before you got to this point. But I haven't always been sharing EAM. I have been on my own journey throughout my life. It didn't all begin with me starting here, standing in front of the camera, sharing with you right now. There are 101 stories that I want to share with you, but maybe some of them, when I get to know you a little bit better, they might scare you a little bit. I promise, I've always been nice. But the truth is, for me, I think changing my life really began back in about 2012. Before that, I probably, like you, had spent a very, very long time training in just about everything. I was qualified as an aromatherapist, reflexology, Reiki master, EFT practitioner, trainer. I'd been coaching, I'd been working with people. I was also running several businesses at the time. I wanted to know everything. And the truth is, I was actually running around like a bit of a headless chicken. I was running 3 businesses at the time. I was working as a therapist and working with my clients from home. I was also running a social media business and creating online marketing for social or soulful entrepreneurs. And alongside that, I was also coaching and mentoring people as part of a UK-wide business network. Now, for me at the time, even though I knew or thought I knew all of these spiritual principles and that I knew how I should be living my life, and I, at the time, thought I'd got my stuff together. But this is what my day really looked like. Get up in the morning, pick up my phone, be starting to read all of my emails, check through all of my messages, get on the computer, start doing my work, get up, go to uni, because I was also studying a degree as well as running 3 businesses at the time. Go to uni, study for my acupuncture, come home, do some of my client work, get on with some of my college work. I'd probably drink a bottle of wine and eat an entire packet of chocolate buttons, stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning just to get my work done, go to bed, ignore my partner, go to sleep, wake up in the morning and do exactly the same thing all over again. Now, why on earth would I be living my life in that way? Because I was living under the assumption that if I could just push myself, if I could just be successful, if I could just earn enough money, then I would be able to buy the house that I wanted, go on the holidays that I want, spend time with my partner, move into the home that I wanted, be able to take care of myself and take in the food that I wanted and do the exercise, the things that I wanted to do. Then I would feel happy. Then I would have time to do my meditation, and then I'd be able to go and sit on a mountain and do my retreat and have time for myself. Can you identify with any of that? So many people I meet have all been on that same journey of, if I can just do that one thing, then I will be successful. Then I can allow myself to be happy. But the truth is, I was freaking miserable. If I wasn't drinking, I was probably eating. I was satisfying myself with whatever was going in my mouth or whatever I could find in the cupboard. But I was trying to fulfill myself from a place of really being empty inside. I was massively, massively overwhelmed. I was truthfully sabotaging my own success. And I didn't realise that all of these things that I felt inside that were holding me down, were pulling me back, that felt heavy, that made it feel like hard work, were actually signs from myself, from my energy, that I was pushing and I was moving in the wrong direction. Now, I spent many, many months and truthfully, probably a couple of years living my life like that, just pushing. If I can just get through this next bit, then I'll be a success. And all the time I was burning myself out. So, because I didn't listen, what has to happen? The universe or life outside of me had been sending me messages, but at the time I probably chose to ignore them. I didn't pay attention to everything that was coming at me. So I think for me, the day it all turned around was probably the beginning of August 2012. I got up in the morning, looked at my phone like I did every day, and I started reading an email from somebody that we'd partnered with on the social media business. This was part of the project I'd been working on for the last 6 months. We were supposed to be launching our online training to a UK-wide business network. And this was that thing. I was like, when I've got this, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to be so successful. I'm going to be a millionaire. It's going to be brilliant. And all of this push and struggle will have been worth it. I open the email, and what does it say? Hi Yvette, I'm really sorry, but we're not going to be able to go ahead with the launch because we're actually taking a change of direction. We're no longer going to be running the business network in the way that we have, and we don't have the capacity to launch this online training to our community. So I'm really sorry, but we're not going to be able to move forward with it. Now, in that moment, literally everything in my world felt like it had crashed around behind me. For the last 6 months, we had ploughed every single waking moment of our day into recording 126 videos for this online training, putting together all of the training, all of the worksheets. We'd spent a phenomenal amount of money, not focused on running any of the other things in the business to put this project together. So in that moment, everything I'd been working for up to that point had gone, was literally taken away. Now, over the next couple of weeks, myself and my business partner decided to part ways. The business network I'd been working with, another network, I lost the franchise that I'd been working with under that. And I was left with a mountain of debt and no businesses, nothing going on outside of me, and a relationship that was on the brink of not really being there anymore because I'd ignored him for way, way too long. So honestly, for me, that was probably one of my lowest low points. And I wish I could say I had some amazing epiphany, but it actually took me a couple of months to really get my head together and really pay attention and look back at all of the things that I'd been ignoring, all of the signs I'd ignored that had told me that this wasn't the right thing for me to do, that had said that I was moving in the wrong direction. And the thing is, I'd ignored them. I'd ignored all of those feelings for so long. So from that place, the only thing I could do was go back to what I knew. And instead of just knowing it, actually implementing it. I went back to connecting to myself, to my source, to my spirit, to whatever you call that higher part of you, the soul part of me that is really important, and really checking in with what I wanted, with what I needed, and with what was important to me. I had to let go of all of those beliefs of blame, of shame, of guilt, of wanting to shout, of wanting to scream, of wanting to punch everybody who I thought it was their fault that my life had turned out this way. And I had to get myself back to a place of feeling really good and dig myself out of the pit that I'd found myself in. Now, it wasn't an overnight thing, because back then I didn't have EAM, and oh my God, I wish that I had. It would have been a much quicker journey. But what I did do was follow the things that I knew and put into place my priorities, which was making sure that I was in flow, that I was thinking and I was feeling the right things, and I was coming from a place of happiness. And I knew from that point, the only thing I could do was make sure that I followed the things that were right for me, the things that were important to me, the things that made my heart light up, because if it wasn't doing any of those things, I truly didn't see the point in doing it. So from there, it took me probably another couple of years to truly listen to what was important. I went on another couple of tangents with another couple of businesses, and it wasn't really until I began sharing EAM that I stepped into the thing that I truly wanted to do. The thread that's always run throughout my life was that I just wanted to get back to doing my energy work. I didn't know what shape it was going to take. EAM just kind of evolved from the way that I was working with my clients. They'd come to see me to work on their marketing strategy or their business model, and I'd always end up doing energy work with them. And EAM was just the way that I worked with my clients. It didn't even have a name for the first couple of years. And then it was literally when I had my little boy, or I was pregnant with my little boy, and another business that I'd built that I wasn't really paying attention to the signs again disappeared about 6 weeks before I was due to give birth to him. And I was like, okay, universe, I really am listening now. I really am listening this time. And my conversation with whoever it is you believe is out there was, if I'm taking any time away from him, I didn't know it was a boy at the time, but if I'm taking any time away from this little person, it really needs to be the thing that I'm here for. It really needs to be the thing that's going to make a difference in the world, and it needs to be the thing that's going to make me happy. So over the time I was off having my little boy, spending time with him, I just ended up getting so many downloads, so much information just started to fall into place. And I really understood where I was meant to go with this all, and that I had to start sharing this on a much bigger level. So 4 months after he was born, I thought I'd share EAM in public. It wasn't just me working with a client one-on-one. And I did a launch, did a little group, very much like this. I thought, well, I'll just share this with maybe, 50, 60 people, see how it goes at a distance, teaching people to use this for themselves. In the space of 11 days, I had 423 people registered to be in the Facebook group. And I was like, okay, I'm paying attention, universe. There's definitely something here. And that was only the beginning of 2015. And from there, I think you'll see EAM has just continued to grow and grow and grow and expand to where we are today. So in the last 3 years, we've gone from literally the beginning of an idea, from something I didn't even know would have existed, or was something that would ever have changed people's lives in the way that it has, to being nearly 3 years into that journey now. And we've got almost 45 mentors trained in how to use this. It's changed the lives of thousands of people. We've done 3 research studies. We've got books coming out. We've got so much stuff happening all in the last 3 years. And the reason that that's all happened at the rate that it has is because I practice everything that I am about to share with you over the next few days. I have been lucky enough now to work with thousands of people, not just with EAM, but throughout my journey. And over the time, especially in the last 3 years, it's been a mental journey, truthfully. I've spoken on stage alongside some of my idols, people like Ali Brown, Dr. Andrea Pennington, Joanna Martin. I've been on interviews and summits alongside Bruce Limpton, Andy Dooley, Bob Proctor, people that I spent years and years learning from, absorbing everything and reading their books. And now I've been lucky enough, really lucky enough to be able to be working alongside some of them. Now, I'm not sharing that with you because it's like, oh, isn't that nice? I share it with you because I practice what I preach, and magical things really do start to happen. Not that I preach a lot. I do get a bit ranty sometimes, but I don't preach. I promise I don't preach. But I share it with you because it really is magical. And you'll hear throughout the next 5 days some really amazing things that have happened, not just for me, but other people who are using EAM in their lives as well. So for you, my biggest message is I want you to remember that if you follow your heart, listen to what's going on in here, it cannot go wrong. It can only be a success. And from that, you'll start to see how using EAM in your life will start to create your own magic. So, what on earth is EAM? So EAM is a 5-step process. I'm going to introduce it to you in the day 1 video, but it's an energy psychology process designed to help you shift whatever you've got going on up here, whatever you're feeling in here, letting go of limiting thoughts, beliefs, stuck energy, patterns, things that have happened in this life or past lives if you believe in them. But it's all about shifting energy. It's all about moving energy to a state of flow. Because if anything isn't in flow, that's when we experience the bad days, the bad moods, the bad things happening, the stuckness, the fear, the indecision. All it is stuck energy. And I want to show you how easy it is to let all of those things go. And I cannot tell you how much of a relief it is when they're gone. That's when you are able to step into feeling happy, allowing yourself to be in flow, allowing those magical opportunities to fall into your lap or great things to happen. That's when it starts to feel like fun. That's when it feels like you and the world around you are working together, when you're in the state of flow. And it's really, truly quite easy, to be honest. But it really is a very speedy process. For me, I have probably, like you, spent a really long time trying to figure out how to change my life. How do I let go of these feelings that I have? How do I stop myself feeling rubbish? How do I let go of the things that are standing in my way? And the truth is, I spent a really long time trying to figure it out, learning little pieces of the puzzle from people, but I felt like no one was ever giving me the complete picture. And so EAM is an amalgamation of lots of things I've learned along the way, several downloads from the universe, that's the only way I can explain it, or from mass consciousness, whatever you want to call it, all mixed together with my 17, 18 years experience of working with energy. So it is a mishmash of so many things, but it's a beautiful mishmash of so many things that is really working and changing so many people's lives. And once you get the 5 steps, you'll be using them yourself all day, every day, to shift anything that is standing in your way. So EAM is really a practical way for you to live the law of attraction. And not just the law of attraction, but it's the most common one that people talk about. And I'll talk about that much more in the day 1 video. But most people are trying to change their life, and they would love to feel like they're working with something bigger than them, which we all are all the time. But it's a real practical way of living all of the things that you've possibly or probably heard of before. Whether you're coming at this from a mindset perspective, whether it's a law of attraction perspective, whether you're already a coach, a therapist or mentor, or you're just trying to work to change your life. This is a very simple and very practical way of implementing all of the things that you've probably learned or heard of before, but in a really simple way that you can use every single day. So I think you're going to love the day one video. Well, hopefully you're going to love all 5 days of the video, but day one will really help ground some of this stuff for you. What we want to do with EAM, and my big mission, is that this is going to be grounded in research. This study is just the beginning of many that we have in place, many that we're going to be bringing forward into the future, because we want to be able to take this into places like the NHS, for those of you who are here in the UK, around the world. We want to take it into education. We've got really big plans and an even bigger vision for where EAM is going to go. And I know that we're going to have to debunk the skeptics and be able to show them some numbers, some statistics, to let us in the door. Of course, we can use some magic along the way too. But this really is, for me, I want it to be grounded in research so that we can show those people who might think that this is a bit weird, that it's not weird and that it works. That's the most important piece for me. So we want EAM to be the bridge between what some people might see as being like the Eastern philosophies, the spiritual principles, and real practical grounded psychology and research. It is the bridge between the two. Now, I know EAM is not the only methodology out there, and I'm sure you've probably learned lots of different ones before, and I love and respect every single one. I have learned so much from so many places, but for me, this was just a simple way of bringing lots of those things together and a lot of things that were just missing from some of those things too. So I think you're going to love what we've got to share. Now, on day 3, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I'm going to introduce you to the journey we call the energy evolution. It's a 3-phase journey focused on your soul, what makes you who you are, your life, the things that you see around you, and your work, the impact that you're having in the world and the difference that you're making. Now, within those 3 phases, there are also 10 areas. I'm going to introduce you to how you can apply EAM to every single area of your life. Now, just to put that in context, that journey usually takes me 10 months to take people through. So I'm going to share a lot with you in day 3, but it really is just the tip of the iceberg. But I want you to see and understand there is a way to apply this to your life. And when you understand that, you'll see probably why some of the shifts and changes you've tried making before haven't necessarily worked in the way that you would like them to. But day 3, you're going to have to wait 3 days before you see that. So keep your eyes out for the energy evolution. It will bring so many things back into place and put the pieces of the puzzle together for you. So to begin, before we get started with day 1, please make sure that you have completed the Study Questionnaire Part 1. Make sure that you've completed that, because it's an assessment of where you are right now before you get to the end of the study at day 5, 6 or 7, whenever you get to complete that. So please make sure you've completed the questionnaire in full, and also please make sure that you have requested to be inside the Facebook group. Now, we're going to be posting these videos. You're probably watching this video already inside the Facebook group. I also know sometimes people aren't able to access the Facebook group, so the links in your email will redirect you to the video on a landing page that you can watch from any device, and you can click underneath that video to come back and comment inside the Facebook group as well. So if you've got any questions or queries as we move through the challenge, please email us back on the email address we send to you, which is hello@energyalignmentmethod.com. Please also whitelist our email address. If you've got something like Gmail or Hotmail or some other account, very often many emails that we're sending out will get put into your promotions folder. And so you might miss the emails that we've got. So please, whatever system you've got, please go in and add us to your whitelist. I'll also send you an email with instructions on how to do that, but you need to find the email in order to do that, obviously. But please make sure that you're receiving the communications from us as well. Is there anything else I need to share? Yes, mentors. So inside the group, as much as I would love to be Superwoman, as much as I would love to be able to come and feedback and answer all of your questions, there is one of me and thousands of you already here inside the Facebook group. So what we've put in place is our incredible team of EAM mentors. There are 30 of them going to be working in here with you inside the group. You'll recognize them because they'll have a little blue badge next to their name and they will sign off their posts EAM mentor. So if you're getting feedback and support from other people in the group, which you absolutely will, please, listen to the feedback and support that they have, but please know that their understanding might not be coming from the perspective that an EAM mentor does. We do have a very specific way of working, and we've got a really specific way of making sure that you get the shifts that you need inside the program as well. So if the mentors are there giving you feedback and guidance, please listen to what they have to say, because they've spent a long time training in how to use this. They do know their stuff, and they'll be able to help you shift and release whatever is coming up for you. But the more that you put into the group, the more that you share, the more that you ask questions, the more that you give us feedback, the more you're going to get out of this. So please don't sit there on the edge. Don't sit there like a wallflower and just watch everything that's going on. Come and engage in the group. And if you find yourself holding back because you're scared of sharing or because something else is standing in the way, that is one of those 8 things that I was talking about earlier that stands in the way of our success. So I have put together a specific PDF to help you let go of those challenges that are in the way of you even changing your life. So as I said earlier, please keep an eye on your inbox for that. But please give our mentors lots of love. Feel free to tag them if you need a question or a reply back. That we've got different people coming into the group over the challenge. You'll always see different mentors in here as well, so you'll get lots of different perspectives on things too. So please listen, it's going to be lots of fun, and please know that you are in safe hands. That's all I want to let you know, is you're in safe hands. You're in the right place. This is the right place for you to be. You are meant to be here. You manifested this alongside the universe, and maybe a Facebook ad was just the way that you ended up inside this group. But however you got here, this is the right place for you to be. So I look forward to seeing you in the day 1 video. Find the link, get yourself started, and I will see you over there. See you soon.